Chapter 5 Angela's POV. I could hardly breathe. My eyes burned, swollen from crying. My chest felt tight, like someone wrapped a rope around my ribs and refused to let go. Beside me, Liam drove quietly through the city, taking us farther and farther away from the theme park we had just run from. Music played softly from the radio, but it sounded distant, like it was coming from underwater. Neither of us talked. I kept staring out the window, blinking slowly as streetlights streaked past us. My reflection in the glass looked miserable. My face was stained, my curls messy, my hearing aid visible behind my ear. I looked like a heartbreak in human form. Finally, the car stopped. I looked up. My stomach twisted. Shock registered in my features. We were at the carnival on the edges of town. The exact one I had mentioned wanting to see months ago. In a moment I barely remembered. "What are we doing here?" I asked, voice weak and raw. He didn't look at me when he answered. Living. I almost laughed. It didn't feel like that to me. But then a different thought stabbed me. I had told Ethan about this place, not Liam. So, how did he know? I wanted to ask, but the second the question formed, he opened my door and spoke first. "Come on, princess, we have games to lose." I frowned. "I'm not in the too late," he cut in, grabbing my wrist gently and pulling me out. "The carnival demands fun. We must obey." His voice was annoying on purpose. Teasing. Light. Distracting. And honestly, I needed it. He dragged me straight to the arcade section. Bright colors, loud noises, flashing signs, kids screaming, vendors calling out prizes. Even through my hearing aid, the world was a lot. Why did he choose the loudest part first? Because he knew silence would eat me alive. He challenged me to almost every game we passed. Basketball toss. Whack-a-mole. Racing games. Strength test. Dart throws. And yes, he won nearly all of them with that stupid smirk glued to his face. "Not fair," I muttered as he dropped another winning ticket in the basket. "Terribly fair," he said proudly. "You're just weak." "Say that again." "You're just what the hell?" He paused, staring at the next game. Shooting. I picked up the toy gun before he could finish panicking. And I destroyed his score. Twice. The shock on his face made me laugh so hard I bent forward and clutched my stomach. "No way," he whispered, looking betrayed. "Yes way," I said, wiping a small tear from the corner of my eye, not a sad one this time. "Oh nah," he demanded. "Rematch, now." I shook my head, still giggling. "Not happening. You lost twice. No refunds." He groaned and held his forehead dramatically. "Mercy, please." I pointed to the claw machine behind me. "You want mercy? Win me that." He spent an embarrassing, ridiculous amount of money on that claw machine. The vendor guy even started cheering for him out of pity. I just stood there eating cotton candy, watching his downfall with joy. Finally the claw grabbed a tiny plush bear with the exact same grumpy face he always made when annoyed. He turned around slowly and handed it to me like a defeated knight offering his crown. "One grumpy bear," he said. I hugged it to my chest. "Looks like you." "Wow," he said dryly. "I regret this trip." "No you don't," I smiled. And he didn't argue. Next, we moved to the rides. "Ferris wheel first," he said firmly. I hesitated. "Why?" "Because you need to feel small in the world today," he answered softly. "So your problems don't look that big." Damn him. That was smart. So I went. At the top of the wheel, the city lights glowed below us. Tiny. Beautiful. Calm. He stared at me again. "What are you looking at?" I asked, pretending to sound bored. He leaned back against the seat, one arm resting behind me, eyes steady. "You." My heart kicked hard once, like it forgot how to beat right. Then silence settled between us. But not the painful kind. The safe kind. We spent the next hour acting like idiots. Bumping cars. Racing rides. Screaming on drop towers. Liam even threw his hands up on the roller coaster like he was offering himself to death. By the end, I had laughed more in one night than in the past few months combined. That alone terrified me a little. Because it meant he mattered. Before we left the arcade area completely, a dusty pink hair bow caught his eye. He didn't ask me. He just pointed. That one. He bought it, pearls and all, and clipped it lightly into my hair. Then he took a breath like the memory had weight. To replace the one I broke when we were kids. I froze. I didn't even remember telling anyone about that bow. But I remembered the moment he broke it. Back then, I thought he enjoyed hurting me. Now I wondered if he regretted it more than I ever did. My throat tightened. I forgot about that. His gaze didn't shift. I didn't, and that almost broke something in me again, just not in the painful way this time. He drove me home after. My carnival bear sat on my lap the whole drive. The bow still rested in my hair like a quiet apology I didn't know I needed. Then my phone buzzed. One message. Unknown number. He doesn't deserve you. But neither does Liam. Be careful who you trust, Angela. My blood turned cold. Liam didn't deserve me, fine. But neither did Ethan. What the hell was happening? Who sent this? Who knew anything about us? I looked at him, fingers gripping my phone, breath stuck at the top of my lungs. And the carnival lights outside the window suddenly felt a lot less bright. Archer. Share novel and remove ads.